Coach, we're back for a few days after the typical Monday morning quarterback session, as you've been under the weather this week, or a little more like under the knife, but we'll get to that in a second. Northwestern defeated Crown 27-14 last Saturday. Did you get too excited after Saturday's win that you wound up in the hospital?
Yeah, it was a big win for us. You know, homecoming crowd. With the weather, there wasn't quite as many folks as we were hoping, but it was a great day for Eagle football, celebrating the 40th anniversary of Eagle football.
Awesome. Well, what were you most proud of for your team in that game?
Yeah, I think a number of things. Number one, just the poise that we showed on both sides of the football. I think the greatest part about this team right now, and I told them this the other day, is the spirit that we have on the team. I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of. We've gotten quite a bit out of a pretty young squad this year.
Did I overhear you say after Saturday's game that you considered it to be fun, win or lose?
Yeah, you know, if you play well and you give it your best shot, it's, you know, you play the game, yes, certainly to win. The scoreboard is important, no doubt about that. But if you play your best and give it a great shot, you know, hopefully it's fun in the process, and there's going to be some hard times in the game as well. But in the long run, it's just a game.
You broke out some new jerseys on Saturday. Custom 40th anniversary white jersey with purple accents, and then you had white pants. Was that a one-time thing, or should we expect to see those appear again in the future?
Yeah, we knew it was going to rain and be muddy, so I decided let's go for it and get some white pants and white jerseys and all that kind of stuff. Now, the idea came last year after I realized it was the 40th anniversary. The only old school jersey I could find was white from back in the 80s, and the seniors who helped pick that out, we ended up, because we couldn't do the exact jersey, ended up kind of melding old school, new school. So that's where the white came from, and I think, yeah, we may wear the white pants again. We'll see.
Okay. Can you compare your level of anxiety between 2 weeks ago when your team was 0-2 to now when you're sitting at a 2-2 record?
I think the more you win, the tougher it gets, in all honesty, you know, because you have that pressure to want to continue to win. So I, you know, on the other hand, when you're 0-2, you don't like that either. So I think that's why, most of all, I really try and emphasize as a head coach that it's certainly the scoreboard's important, but it's not really about that. It's about making memories and being the best that you can be as a football player, individually and corporately.
What's it like for you to face off against Crown year in and year out after having been their head coach before coming to the Eagles in 2001? And what's your relationship like with John Auer, their head coach?
Yeah, I think we have a pretty good relationship. He and I have certainly been at the same institutions for the same amount of years now, so we've been able to grow a little bit of a relationship there. And you know, it's always interesting playing Crown. I was there for 3 years, and it's a great place to be, and I love my time there at Crown, but certainly have been here at Northwestern for a couple of years as well.
You're back on the road this week. You're heading out tomorrow to face Minnesota Morris. Your thoughts going into your Week 5 game?
Yeah, you know, I always kind of have a defensive slant just because I'm the defensive coordinator and have 4 other great coaches that help with that, so it's more facilitating. But you know, they can put some points on the board in a real hurry. I mean, they had 140 yards in 5 plays last week against Eureka, and so it'll be a game that we're going to be really challenged defensively, which we have a number of times this year, and then offensively, certainly Coach Johnson does a great job, and we've continued to get better on offense, so we'll have to see how that plays out. But excited, and again, it comes down to turnovers.
This will be the one time this season that you play on an artificial surface this year. Does the turf at Big Cat Stadium hurt or help your team?
Yeah, I think especially days like today, I can remember being at Morris when it was grassy, muddy, wet. It's nice to know that the turf is going to be in good shape and that you really don't have too many question marks. It can get a little slippery there, but really not much to make a big difference. I'd much rather play on a day like tomorrow where the turf would be really bad with grass on turf, knowing what you got.
Northwestern has seen some solid contribution this year on both sides of the ball from its newcomers, most notably Cameron Cox on offense and Jacob Fettig on offense. Cox on defense, Fettig on offense. How would you compare this year's freshman class to others that have come in?
Yeah, it's another outstanding freshman class. We've got some guys that are contributing. We have some young men that are in the background that aren't playing much at all as freshmen that are going to be, we talked to Coach Johnson about that yesterday, they're going to be real good players for us down the road. They just need to have patience, and we really got to hit the weight room with these young freshmen and sophomores.
Excellent. Well, thanks for taking the time with us. Continue to get better, and good luck on Saturday.
All right, thanks.